Okay, so for our second problem, this is another compact section. We assume na wala munang local buckling. So if this happen, lahat ng element of the wide flange, and of course, since this is a built-up member, yung mga plates dun sa sides ay compact din. So they are non-slender, so no chance of local buckling. Again, the limit state is still a general buckling or yielding. No? Kapag mga ganitong problem, dalawa, if short column, yielding yung limit state niya, yung mode of failure. But if it's a long column, then it's a general buckling. Now, so for this problem, a built-up column which is 10 meters long consists of a W350 by 90 with two 12 millimeter thick plates welded to form a box section as shown with respect to the x-axis. And then the column is fixed on both ends for its x-axis, and sa y-axis naman, there's a bracing at mid-height. And then again, we assume that the section is compact. The properties are also given. So we need to solve for the effective slenderness ratio with respect to the x-axis and compute the effective slenderness ratio then for y-axis. And the third one is the actual load capacity based on the critical slenderness ratio. So to solve this problem, we need to solve for the built-up properties first in order for us to get the critical slenderness ratio. Okay, so provided naman lahat ng information for the wide flange. Pero ngayon, since built up, kailangan natin isama yung inertial properties, yung area na kino-contribute din ng mga plates. So for the built up properties. Okay, so ang goal natin for the formula sa slenderness is KL over R. So we need to solve for the radius of gyration, and then yung formula natin for radius of gyration is square root of I over A. Kunin natin yung moment of inertia ng built-up section. So moment of inertia ng wide flange 2.66 times 10 raised to 6 plus yung moment of inertia ng plate. So this is just a rectangular. We need to solve for the moment of inertia of these rectangular plates. We know that the formula for a rectangular is just BH cube over 12 or base, and then the depth raised to 3 over 12. Pero since meron tayong dalawang plate on both sides, so dalawa na, bali times 2, 12, and then 350. So hindi naman sinabi nun sa problem na yung depth niya is 350, pero kung based on observation, same sila ng depth ng wide flange. So kaya nilagyan ko na dito ng 350. So raise natin sa 3 over 12, and then solve natin 2.66 plus 212, we get 88.41 times 10 raised to 6 raised to the 4th. So that is for IX. Now for IY, wala naman transfer formula kasi yung centroid ng plates tumama dun sa neutral axis ng built-up, symmetrical. Okay, so for the y-axis moment of inertia, again, yung wide flange given naman, so times 10 raised to 6. Pero ito, yung plates, since yung center niya, neutral axis niya with respect to y-axis, ay hindi tumatama dun sa neutral axis ng buong built-up section kasi nandito yon, symmetrical. So we need to have a transfer formula para ma-move natin yung centroidal papunta dun sa pinaka-neutral axis ng built-up. Okay, so plus, ngayon baliktad naman yung gagamitin. Ang i-cube natin is yung 12 and 350 over 12. Labas na lang natin yung 2 plus yung transfer formula, area nito, 12, 350. Wala nang times 2 kasi pinactor out na. Plus yung distance. So for this one, yung half ng wide flange natin, BF, ano yung BF? 250. So, 125 plus yung half netong plates. Nandun yung centroid niya. So, since yung thickness ng plate is 12, divide natin yan ng 2. So, 6 and then square it. Again, using calculator, we have a 144 and mas pinalakas natin yung y-axis. So, based dun sa moment of inertia, ang naging strong axis na is yung y. Dahil dun sa plates and dun sa transfer formula. So, weak axis na ngayon is yung x-axis. Okay, so for the built-up area, solve na din natin yung built-up area. Okay, so 80 is equal to 11,540 plus 212, 350. No, dalawang plates, 19,940 square millimeter. Now, solve for the radius of gyration. Start tayo sa Rx. Ix, 88.41 times 10 raised to 6. Divide ng area, 19,940. So, we obtain 66.587. Ang goal natin dito is ma-solve yung Rx, which is based, kung i-observe lang natin yung nakuwang radius of gyration, ang magiging weak axis natin is yung x. But we are not yet sure kung ano yung magiging critical kasi pwedeng naka-base din sa length. No? Yung pagiging slender ng section ay hindi lang naka-base dun sa radius of gyration, pati din dun sa unsupported length and dun sa support conditions. And then for y-axis, we have 144.693 times 10 raised to 6 divided by area, 940, so 85.185 yung na-solve natin. Pa-double check na lang na yung mga values na mas-solve using your calculator. Now, we can now solve for the critical slenderness ratio. We need to identify the K or the effective length factor. Sabi dun sa problem, for x-axis, fix both ends. So, since nag-analyze lang naman tayo, we can use the theoretical. LB is equal to 10 meters, the unbraced length. Double check. Yan, 10 meters long. And yung K, double check nyo na sa table, 0.5 if it's fixed. And for y-axis, it is explicitly stated na meron tayong bracing at mid-height. So, the unbraced length will be 5 meters. And the K, if meron tayong pin and fixed dun sa other side, so K is equal to 0.7. Now, let's try to see if yung slenderness, kung saang axis yung magiging slender. Solve natin yung slenderness for x-axis, KLX over RX. 0.5 yung effective length factor, 10,000 yung buong unbraced length, and yung RX ay 66 yung na-solve, 66.587. Since this is a ratio, no, hindi na kailangang may units, slenderness ratio. Okay, so we obtain a 75.09 na slenderness ratio. And for the y-axis, SRY, KLY, RY. So, K is 0.7 and the unbraced length for y-axis is half, 5,000, and RY is 85.1 of 185. Now, solving this, we have this 41.087. Now, these are the slenderness ratio for both axes, the x and y, and yun din yung kailangan ng nire-require ng question A and B. So, this will be our answer for A. Dalawa na, may sagot na tayo for A and then for B. Okay, so for C, yung required is we need to solve for the capacity, no, the actual load capacity of this built-up based on the critical slenderness ratio. Now, between these two, ano yung gagamitin natin for our design capacity? Yung critical is yung larger value. So, yung x-axis yung magiging critical. So, this is the slenderness ratio that we'll be using to solve for its capacity. Okay, so first we need to identify it will be a short or a long column based on the limiting ratio that we have from your handouts. The limiting ratio is CC. We call it CC 4.71, 200,000. This is the modulus of elasticity over Fy 248, 133,755. Since yung slenderness ratio in consideration natin ay 75.09 and this is less than dun sa limiting ratio, so mean to say nandito siya less than, it will be an inelastic buckling. So inelastic buckling, we assume na yielding lang, no? This is a short column or inelastic yung magiging behavior niya. So if this is a short column, then the critical stress for a short column based dun sa code, the formula that we are going to use is 0.658 Fy over Fe times Fy. Now, we don't have the Fe yet, but we can solve this. This is the Euler buckling stress. Pi squared E, 200,000 over the critical slenderness ratio in consideration, 75.09 squared, and solve natin. $350.079 megapascal. Okay, we plug in this value dun sa formula for FCR, 0.658, 248 yung Fy divided by 350.079 times 248. So the critical stress, design stress, 350.079 times 240, and then we have 184.366. pa double check na ng class na ito yung FCR na nakuha natin. So, stress pa lang yan. And then, for the nominal actual capacity, FCR, yung FCR na nasolve natin, magbo-multiply lang tayo ng area. Since stress yan, and then multiply by area, we will have the force. 184.366, and yung AG, you need to use the built-up area, not just for the wide plunge. 940 over 1,000, para in kilonewton yung makuha, 3676.258 kilonewton. So this is the nominal, this is not the design load yet. And then under LRFD, we just multiply it by a reduction factor. We use 0.9, 3676.258, and if it is ASD, PN divided by the factor of safety, which is the same as yielding, dun sa tension member, 1.67. Okay, so solving this, we obtain 3308.63 kilonewton, and for AST, we have 2201.35 kilonewton. And ito yung hinahanap for C, no? Third question for the problem. Okay, so meron ba tayong isang limit state na kailangan natin i-check for a section subjected to a compression. Now, if we have a compressive force and then it will result to compressive stresses, so merong element, we know that a section is composed of element na magbabuckle na first, no, before pa magbuckle yung buong area or yung buong length, which is yun yung general form ng buckling. So yung buckling, no, na local buckling, so there's a certain element lang na mag-start na magbuckle, na yung magkukulubot yan sa part na yan if is subjected to compression. So kapag ganun yung nangyari, hindi lahat ng area ay effective na. So we need to reduce its capacity, wherein we are not going to consider the area gross, but there's a reduction in the area that can support the load. So we need to say if reduce na din yung area, yung carrying capacity ng section natin will also be reduced. So for this local buckling, we need to follow this section 502.4 to consider those reductions in capacity. Okay, so nandito na yung concept ng compact, non-compact, and slender. So we need to check the ratio, the width to thickness ratio, no, of the flange and the web. So our flange can be categorized as unstiffened element. If you have the element na yung isa ay free, yung isa ay supported, that's still considered as unstiffened, no? At least one point or end ng isang element ay hindi connected or supported, then that is unstiffened element. But if both points or both ends ng isang rectangular element ay supported, then we call it as stiffened element. And that is commonly dun sa mga web natin, we consider that as stiffened element. So again, if our section, ito yung mga limiting ratio, you can see it on the right, yung table, this is the width over thickness. If yung actual, no, yung width over thickness ratio natin ay less than dun sa na provided dun sa table based on kung ano yung type ng section, or if we are considering a stiffened or unstiffened element, if the actual lambda, yung ratio na yun ay less than sa lambda p, then we consider as compact, and then the capacity will just be the same on our previous examples. If it is in the range of lambda p to lambda r, then that is a non-compact. But if it is a non-compact, we are also going to follow specific rules or design criteria. And slender, if it is slender, meaning to say na yung actual ratio ay greater than dun sa limiting ratio natin for a slenderness, na lambda r. Okay, so ito yung different classifications, different types ng stiffened element or unstiffened. So we say that the stiffened element will be S and U yung unstiffened element. So first, meron tayong angle bar with a length, no, na B, both legs. So for single angle, both, no, maging unstiffened element siya kasi yung isang end ay supported and then the other ends are not supported. So both ng legs ng angle bar ay unstiffened element. And if we have a T section, yung buong wide flange nun, yung length niya ay half, no, we consider at yung isang buong flange, dalawang element yon. So for one element, yung isang side supported, the other end ay hindi. So we still consider it as unstiffened element. So lahat ng element ng T section ay unstiffened. But for a wide flange, meron tayong apat na element na unstiffened and yung web ay stiffened element. And then for a box section or hollow square section, lahat ng element ay stiffened. Now, meron tayong separate criteria if it is a stiffened or unstiffened element. And then, if it is a built-up, meron tayong mga added covered plate. So, mababago na din kung ano yung element na stiffened. So, first, if we have a T-section, again, naulit lang, no, yung wide flange natin, T-section, yung flanges will be unstiffened, and also the web of a T is unstiffened. If we have a covered plated, so yung buong wide flange natin ay stiffened na, even the flange, pero yung cover plates natin will be unstiffened. So this is the table that we are going to use. So for case 1, this is the common case. Na if for wide flange, for T-section, for channel, then we have to use this limiting ratio. For a compression, wala tayong lambda P or lambda R. So lambda R lang yung meron. So it's either slender or non-slender. No, kasi sa flexural members, meron tayong compact and non-compact. So, dalawa yung ratio na kailangan i-check. But for compression, isang values lang. So, different values for a stiffened element and different set of limiting ratio for stiffened elements. For flanges, case 1, 0.56, kailangan nating gamitin. Yun yung gagamitin natin. Hot roll, no, or yung mga hot roll sections. For the second, ito yung mga built up, no. Kung meron kayong tatlong plates, as ginawa nyo siyang isang I section, then we say it's a built up section. Now, for a built up section, 0.64 naman yung gagamitin. And kung mapapansin nyo din sa formula, merong Kc under the square root. And yung Kc na yun, yung formula niya is nandun sa notes, 4 over square root of h over tw, which is the width to thickness ratio ng webs. For a single angle, yung case 3 naman yung gagamitin. Double angle, ganun din. For stems of T's, now we have this. Sa stem ng T's, 0.75 square root of e over fy. And for stiffened element, yung ginagamit natin for the webs, ito yung common na 1.49. So for a typical hot rolled section, ang limiting ratio na gagamitin for the flange is 0.56 square root of e over fy, and then for the web, yung 1.49, and then we use h over tw. So later we are going to have an example. Okay, so again, mas na-emphasize lang dito yung mga formulas. For case 1, we use 0.56, and this is applicable for the flange of the wide flange, the flange of the T-section, flange of the channel. So we'll be using this ratio. And then if it is a built-up section, if it is stated sa problem na built-up yung wide flange natin, then we'll be using 0.64, and there's a Kc in the formula. The Kc is based on the web to thickness ratio ng web natin of the wide flange. So h over tw. So legs of single angle, we use 0.45, stem of the T's. Now you can use this as a practice, no, to solve for the actual ratio, and we can check, no, kung stiffened or kung slender or non-slender yung element. So this is for the single angle. Okay, so ano yung gagamitin nating H? H is the difference, no, if given yung D, this is the total depth of the wide flange. Yun yung usual na given, D minus 2K. If hindi given sa problem yung H, then you have to solve it using D minus 2K. Pero if hindi given yung K, you can assume yung TF, no, yung thickness ng flange. So D minus 2TF pag hindi given yung K. So if D yung given, yung total depth ng wide flange, then you have to solve for the H. If hindi given yung H. And if hindi given yung K, you can use the thickness of the flange. So some other formulas. So this is just an example on solving those ratios. Now if na-confirm natin na merong slender na element, then magkakaroon tayo ng reduction factor na Q. And this Q is applied to the limiting ratio. Yung 4.71 or yung CC natin magkakaroon ng Q dun sa FY, and yung FCR magkakaroon ng Q, dalawang beses natin siya i-apply. So ano ba yung magiging value ng Q? Okay, so the value of Q, this is the product of QS, QA. If yung web ninyo ay slender and then yung flange ay slender din, so yung Q natin will have this formula, QS times QA. And for the values of this QS and QA, we need to refer to the section. So section 505.7.1 if slender yung flange, and section 505.7.2 if slender yung web. And if hindi slender yung web natin, we use 1, and then yung QS lang yung mababago, magkakaroon ng factor. Ganun din if yung web lang yung magiging slender. So basta yung yung pinaka-value ng Q depends on these sections. So for QS, ito yung gagamitin nating section to solve for QS. We need to prove kung ano yung condition. We have 3. Pero yung pinaka-common for wide flange, yung case 1 lang. Yung number 2, this is for built up. And for single angle, yung number 3. And number 4, meron pang number 4. This for the stems and tees, ito yung gagamitin. And for QA, we need to refer to section 505.7.2, and yung formula for QA will be A effective over A. So we need to make sure na yung area effective should be less than dun sa area. Kasi kapag greater than, we need to use 1. Walang reduction factor. Ang goal kasi natin, dapat may reduction talaga siya. Pero kung wala, bawal siyang karoon ng increase. It should be a reduction. So will be sticking to its original area. But if na-confirm natin na merong reduction, then we need to use this QA and then corresponding area effective. Ano ba yung kailangan nating i-reduce? Yung depth ng web natin, marireduce siya. So using these formulas. Later we are going to have an example about that. Okay, so this one, we solve this example number 3. Okay, so we have this example 3. So example 3, we need to determine the nominal strength and factored strength of the given section used as 2.4 meter high column having a pin connections at both ends. Now for this problem, hindi sinabi kung compact siya. Therefore, we need to check if meron tayong element na slender or non-slender. Okay, so we need to solve for the actual yung web to thickness ratio. Okay, so what we are going to solve now is the lambda. We need to check slenderness. First, yung web or yung flange muna. Usually yung flange yung inuuna. So flange, the actual ratio, width to thickness ratio is lambda W. So for this one, yung formula natin is BF over 2 kasi ito yung isang element na. Kaya dinidivide natin ng 2 yung BF. For this problem, 250 BF over 2 TF. So yung BF natin is 250 2 over thickness ng flange. Okay, so I need to we need to solve this. 250 2 times 12. I obtain 10.4 T2. So, yun yung actual ratio. Now, we need to compare it with the limiting ratio from the table. But, double check ninyo if it is hot rolled or a built up. Kasi if it is hot rolled lang, now for flanges, we use case 1. But if it is a built up, then yung case 2 yung gagamitin. So for this problem, sinabi na built-up section. So for flanges or unstiffened flanges, we need to use case 2. And from the formula, yung ratio na kailangan natin gamitin is 0.64 and meron dong Kc. So yung Kc na formula is 4 over square root ng h over tw E over Fy. Yung H over TW, ito yung ratio ng web. No, since sa problem, given na siya, H over TW. Pero pag hindi given yung H over TW, you have to use this H, 276, and yung TW will be 6. Pero pag sa problem, ang binigay is yung total depth. Dito kasi is given na yung D minus 2TK. If given yung D, tapos, since yung gagamitin natin is yung H, D minus 2TK, make sure na given din yung K. But since pag hindi provided yung K, you can assume this as TF, no? 2TF. Now, okay, going back to this, solving for the ratios, since given naman yung H over TW, we can just plug in the values from the problem. Square root ng H over TW, 46 times 200,000 and yung Fy nat given sa problem ay 248. And then using your calculator, pa-double check na lang nung mga values. 0.64 over 46 times 200,000 over 248. Then we have 13.958. Okay, so please double check the values that we are getting. Okay, sa problem pala, given na din yung ratio kahit hindi na natin i-solve. Pero pinakita ko lang kung paano natin i-check yung lambda W. Okay, so compare natin 10.42 at 13.958. So the actual is less than. If less than, hindi slender yung web, no? Yung yung flange natin or yung unstiffened, no? So flanges are the unstiffened elements. So flanges are not slender. If hindi slender yung flanges, so therefore yung QS, yung reduction factor natin for unstiffened element or for flanges will be equal to 1.0. Pero if greater than to dun sa ratio na to, if na-solve nyo ay for example ay 14, then we have to solve for this QS. Hindi siya 1, no? So we need to refer dun sa pinrovide sa atin ng code. Pero hindi pa tapos, no? So we also need to check the webs or the stiffened element of this white flange. So ang kagandahan for web, yung formula na gagamitin for the ratio will just be the same if it is built up or not built up section. So, may mali tayo, no? Flanges pala to. So, for flanges, lambda F. And then for web, lambda W. So, the formula will be H over TW. So, walang over 2 dito kasi isang hindi kailangan half for the web. So, yung H na gagamitin is given naman sa problem, 276 divide by TW 6, no? But sa problem, given na yung ratio. Just to show you how it is done, no? 276 over 6, 46. Same lang din dun sa given sa problem. Now, for our stiffened element, the ratio that we are going to use is, the limiting ratio is 1.49 E over Fy. Hindi na kailangan ng Kc. 1.49, 200,000 over 248. 42.313. Then comparing, no, the actual is 46 and yung limiting natin is 42, then it is greater than, nag-exceed siya. So there's a tendency na mag-buckle yung web natin, magkakaroon siya ng local buckling. So since nag-exceed siya dun sa limiting ratio natin, we can say that the web is slender. Then we have to use QA. We need to adapt yung mga provisions, yung mga formulas from the code if slender yung web. Okay, so what is going to be the value of QA? So QA, we need to refer sa section 505.7.1 and we will be using this formula for QA. Okay, so the formula, we have this 2 to determine the effective B. B yung sinasabi dito, but since we're considering the web, ito yan. So we need to solve for BE kasi if na-prove natin na less than yung BE dun sa original depth ng web, then we can use this value, yung mas lower value compared dun sa actual, no? Ganito lang yan, no? If yung actual H natin ngayon is 276 and ang na-solve natin na effective using this recommendations by the code ay 270, then we can use this. But if ang na-solve natin na effective ay 280, we need to return or we need to go back using this H. So parang walang reduction na nangyari, and eventually the QA value will just be equal to 1. But if it is less than dun sa original na 276, then it will have a value less than 1. No? Magkakaroon tayo ng reduction. Definitely, it will definitely have a reduced value. No? Yung area gross kasi natin ay magre-reduce din. Area effective na. So, for this one, ano yung gagamitin na case sa dalawa? So, for case 1, except those applicable in case 2, uniformly compressed slender elements. Yung number 2 naman, flanges of square and rectangular slender element sections of uniform thickness. Flanges of a square and rectangular slender element. So, hindi naman flanges yung kino-consider natin. We consider a section, yung web. Yung web yung kino-consider natin, not the flanges. So, we'll be using this case 1. So, since yung ano naman natin ay nag-exceed dun sa 1.49, then this case is applicable. No, we can use Q is equal to 1.0. What is F? Okay, so F is equal to FCR. We need to solve for F first para ma-confirm muna natin kung applicable tong case na yan. So, F is the actual ratio given na yung Q natin will be Q 1.0 muna. So, we need to solve for F. Solve for F. F is equal to FCR, wherein Q is equal to 1.0. So, yung normal na formula, general formula that we use. So, first, we need to determine the critical slenderness ratio. So, critical slenderness ratio, KL over R. Ano yung support conditions natin? Pin connection. So, wala namang bracing na sinabi, KL over R. So, we use K. Pin connections at both ends. The length is 2,400. What is going to be the value of R, or the radius of gyration? Since this is not a built-up sections, the critical or yung weak axis natin is the smaller na. Yung axis na merong smaller value of moment of inertia. So, for this one, given naman sa problem na yung smaller is 31.25, then we can solve for the radius of gyration kasi yun yung kailangan sa formula. No, kahit hindi na natin i-solve yung Rx, yung Ry na lang. So for this problem, radius of gyration about the y-axis, Iy is 31.25 times 10 raised to 6, divide ng area, 706.56. Solving this, 31.25 times 10 raised to 6 over 76.56, and the Ry is 63.889. 63.889 less than naman siya sa 200, and then solving this, 2,400 over 63.889, then we have 37.56 less than 200. Then this is an acceptable value. Now, if na-exceed yan sa 200, then you need to change the section. That is not acceptable slenderness ratio. Now, solving this, ito yung ratio natin, and then to solve for the FCR, kailangan nating ma-identify kung short or long column. And kung i-compare natin siya dun sa CC, 4.71, 200,000. For now, we are going to assume na yung Q muna is 1.0. So, FY natin sa problem ay 248. 4.71, 200,000, 248. So, 133. This is a short column. Now, short column, we know that our formula for short column is FCR 0.658 FY over FE times FY. So, dapat may Q yan, but we assume na yung Q will be just equal to 1. So, 1.0, wala pa tayong value ng FE. FE natin will be equal to I squared 200,000, and yung na-solve natin na slenderness ratio na 37.56 squared. So, solving for the Euler stress, (37.56 squared). Okay, so ang nakuha ko ay 139.20 megapascal. Then we plug in this value to the FCR formula. So 1.0 yung Q, 0.658, 1.0, 248, and yung nakuha nating FE, 2 times 248, we have 230.27 megapascal, and yun yung magiging F. Okay, so going back to 505.7.2, we need to confirm if greater than pa din siya ng 1.49 to satisfy our conditions. 200,000 over F. Na hindi FY yung gagamitin, but the FCR na na-solve natin. And this is going to be the F. 230.27. Ito yung first step na if yung web yung magiging slender. 43.911. And since yung actual natin na H over TW is 46, yung nakuha natin kanina, and nag-exceed siya ng 1.49, check natin dun ulit sa code. Now, we can use this. Pwede lang natin pala siyang magamit if yung QA magagamit natin to if yung H over TW natin na 46 ay nag-exceed dun sa 1.49 squared of E over F. Now, the value, if na-prove natin yan, na nag-exceed siya ng 1.49 square root of E over F, then the effective, yung magiging bagong depth ng web natin in consideration will be equal to this. Ito yung gagamitin nating formula. No, so we can use HE, effective depth ng web instead of BE, since yung web naman yung kino-consider natin. So we use this HE, and then from the formula sa code 1.92 TW E over F, pa-double check na lang ng formula, 0.34 over H over TW E over F. So plugging all the properties, TW6 200,000, and yung nasolve natin considering Q is equal to 1.0 to 30.27. 1 minus 0.34 over 46, 200,000, 230.26. So we can get a value of 265.56. Ito yung nakuha natin. And this is less than dun sa H original natin. Yung H actual is 276. So since less than siya, we can use this. Magkakaroon ng reduction. And yung Q natin will not be equal to 1 or will not exceed sa value ng 1. Therefore, yung effective na area ng built-up I section natin will be equal to area effective. Ito na lang yan, yung magre-resist na, reduce na. Pero yung buong flange, buo pa din yan. Yung buong flanges natin, yung web lang yung magkakaroon ng reduction. So the formula will be equal to buong flanges, yung dalawa, sa taas and sa baba, A effective ng web. So 2 times 250 over 12, 2 times 250 times 12 plus 265.56 yung nasolve natin, times thickness ng web 6. Solving this, plus 265.56 times 6, 7593.36, which is less than dun sa original na area, 7656. Now, the value of QA will be equal to AF and yung original na area gross. AF is 7593. Okay, so solving this, you can get a value of 0.99. Yun lang naman yung goal natin. Dapat less than 1 yung makuha para magkaroon ng reduction. Now, for the overall, yung value ng Q, QS times QA, since yung flange natin na hindi naman slender, 1.0 yan, pero yung QA is 0.99. So, ito yung gagamitin na Q dun sa formula. Now, we need to recalculate the stress FCR and then the capacity of our slender built-up section. Now, we need to check again yung kung short or long column siya by considering the limiting ratio and then this 0.99 na reduction. So again, CC will be equal to 4.71 E over Q Fy. So yung Q natin will now be 0.99. Let's see kung significant yung effect niya. So Fy is 248. $134.429. And yung slenderness ratio, KL over R, hindi na magbabago yun. So, nasaan na yung nasolve natin kanina? 37.56. So, still, this is still less than dun sa CC. So, this is short column or inelastic buckling. Now, solving for the FCR, short column, magkakaroon na ng Q dito sa formula natin, 0.658. And then Q Fy over Fe. So, 0.99, 658, 0.99, and yung Fy, 248. Yung Fe na gagamitin is yung same pa din na nasolve kanina, 139.20 times Fy. And then solving this, plugging it to your calculator, we obtain 2 to 8.13 megapascal. So the nominal will be equal to FCR times AG. So yung AG na gagamitin is not the A effective because we already consider the reduction from the Q value, no? So hindi na kailangan yung na maging AF yung gagamitin. Still, area gross yung gagamitin ninyo. So FCR is 2 to 8.13, AG is 7,656. Divide natin ng 1,000. So we obtain 1746.56 kilonewton. And then considering LRFD, 0.9, 1746.56. We obtain 1571.90. So, ang problem natin ngayon, yung sa problem na to is yung web lang yung naging slender, but we have different formula if yung flange naman yung naging slender. So, you have to review that. Baka lumabas sa prelims ninyo.